badlands, heart heavy with sin, chasing shadows of my past I'd buried deep within. Sky was dry and silent, no direction, no guide, till I heard a voice whisper, "Son, come to the side." Down the trail where mercy rides, where grace is stronger than 1,000 lies, through the thorns, through the fire, He never hides. You'll find peace and open skies on the trail where mercy rides. Met an old preacher by a creek so still, with a Bible in his saddlebag and hands worn by the wheel. He said, "You can run, boy, but grace outrides shame. There's a cross on a hill with your name." Down the trail where mercy rides, where grace is stronger than 1,000 lies, through the thorns, through the fire, He never hides. You'll find peace and open skies on the trail where mercy rides. The law said guilty, but love said free. Jesus drew the line at Calvary. Now I ride with truth, no need to disguise. The dust on my boots can't cloud my eyes. Down the trail where mercy rides, where hearts are healed and dead men rise. I once was lost, now I testify. There's a Savior who still provides on the trail where mercy rides. Keep riding, son. Grace don't run dry in these parts. The sun sank low over Redemption Ridge, where I stood alone on a splintered bridge. Had my hands in chains, heart full of fight, but mercy rode in with the edge of night. I heard the wind say, "Son, kneel down by an old wooden cross on the edge of town." I dropped my pride, I dropped my gun, and grace lit up like the setting sun. At sundown on Redemption Ridge, I laid my past at Calvary's bridge. The blood ran deep, but love ran wide. and I walked out free on the other side. That's where the Lord changed my story for good. At sundown on Redemption Ridge. I'd ridden hard through a life of sin, left a trail of hurt I was drowning in. But He found me there, broken and bare, and called me son with a holy stare. At sundown on Redemption Ridge, I laid my past at Calvary's bridge. The blood ran deep but love ran wide, and I walked out free on the other side. Grace drew the line in the desert dust at sundown on Redemption Ridge. Now I ride with truth in the saddle deep, no fear at night, no shame to keep. The stars look down on a man made whole by a Savior who paid for a runaway soul. At sundown on Redemption Ridge, I made peace at the Mercy Bridge. From outlaw's cry to a gospel hymn, the end of me was the start of Him. Forever I'll ride with a brand new badge, marked by love on Redemption Ridge.
I've ridden trails that tore my skin, with dust in my mouth and the weight of sin. But I heard a song in the desert wind, a gospel call from deep within. My boots were cracked, my spurs were worn from chasing lies since the day I was born. But truth caught up on a whispering breeze and dropped me down to my rugged knees. This is the gospel in dust and spurs, a mercy spoken without grand words, a sad-worn tale of the Savior's grace found on a trail no man could trace, from outlaw paths to heaven's turns. I ride with the gospel in dust and spurs. No church bell rang out on that hill, just the voice of the Lord calm and still. He didn't need a preacher's cry, just my worn out heart and an open sky. This is the gospel in dust and spurs, a mercy spoken without grand words, a sad and worn tale of the Savior's grace, found on a trail no man could trace. With every mile my soul confirms there's truth in the gospel of dust and spurs. Now I ride for the one who saved, not for gold, not for a name engraved. I carry good news like a leather-bound word, spoken through silence and wild birds heard. This is the gospel in dust and spurs, a story sung by the wind that stirs, a Bible writ on the canyon's face, in every hoofbeat there's saving grace. So if you're lost where the canyon blurs, find hope in the gospel of dust and spurs.
The sun was low and the wind ran dry, my saddle worn, not a soul in sight. But I knew this trail by heart and name. It led through fire, but not through shame.
My sins were heavy, boots full of dust, but grace rode in with strength I could trust.
Each mile behind me was stained and scarred, yet heaven felt closer with every yard. Boot prints on the road to glory, etched in dirt but held in His story. I ain't perfect, but I'm claimed by grace on this winding trail to that holy place. Through storm and silence, pain and praise, boot prints on the road to glory remain.
I've heard coyotes howl like ghosts in pain, felt hunger deep in a desert plain.
But I held my Bible like a lantern flame, a light that burned through guilt and blame. Boot prints on the road to glory, etched in dirt but held in His story. I ain't perfect, but I'm claimed by grace on this winding trail to that holy place. Though the world may wash my name away, my boot prints rise where saints will stay. When I get to Jordan's edge and rest, lay my hat on dust upon my soul and say, son, I watched you every road. Boot prints on the road to glory, signs of a worn but sacred story. Not by might, but mercy alone. Each step brought me closer to home. And when the saints all sing and say, that cowboy sure found his way.
Down where the canyon shadows sleep and echoes cradle secrets deep, I heard a hymn not sung by man, the Spirit's voice across the land. No preacher stood, no choir sang, just wind that through the red rocks rang. And in that breeze so soft and thin, God sang through canyon wind again. Hymns from the canyon wind, where silence and grace begin. No steeple tall, no golden light, just whispers carved in stone at night. The Lord is near, He always has been. I heard Him in the canyon wind. I sat alone with dusty shoes, worn by miles and desert blues, and every gust that passed me by felt like a prayer beneath the sky. Hymns from the canyon wind, where silence and grace begin. The desert sings, the Spirit spins a melody of rest within. He walks with hearts that feel worn thin. I heard Him in the canyon wind. Not every praise is loud or grand. Some rise from dry and weary land, and sometimes God won't shout or bend. He speaks through canyon wind, my friend. Hymns from the canyon wind, where even rocks and ridges grin. No pulpit raised, no crowd to sway, but still I knew I heard him pray. Where silence lets his love begin, I heard him in the canyon wind.
Out where the cactus stands like guards, and the wind sings hymns through canyon yards, I saw a light right side by side, a Savior's shadow in morning stride. Dust on my boots, grace on my skin, I knew that trail was led by him. He don't ride thrones or silver shoes. Heaven rides a Mustang too. Heaven rides a Mustang too, through desert storms and skies so blue, with the rains of mercy, eyes so true. He rides with outlaws and with you, on every trail the lost pursue. Heaven rides a Mustang too. I'd heard of saints in fancy halls, but not of Jesus in canyon calls. Yet there he was by dusk's gold hue, whispering, "Son, I'm riding too." Heaven rides a Mustang too, through desert storms and skies so blue. He don't just wait behind the pew, he's out here with the broken few, where dust and glory bleed into. Heaven rides a Mustang too. No need for polished boots or gold, just a heart that knows it's been consoled. From outlaw trails to churchyard